This section heading is called Environment Variables Java. So let us begin by listing the management scripts that come with our Java installation. So those are contained within the bin directory. So now once again, these scripts can be used when managing our Hadoop cluster, and what we want to do within this section right here is we want to provide the capability to not only access Java but also access these scripts from almost anywhere within the terminal. So now let's verify that we cannot access these scripts from this location, which is the user's home directory. So we'll take the JPS script up here as an example. So if we try to execute that from here, we're going to see that we can't. So now once again, to understand why we can't execute that from here, we're going to look inside of the path variable. So what you're not going to find inside of this variable is the path to those scripts. Alright, so this path environment variable, it's originally set up inside of what is known as the environment file. So we've already put in previous labs, we've already put environment variables or defined environment variables inside the .bashrc file. So when you define environment variables inside of there, they're only going to be accessible to the user within the terminal. However, if you define environment variables inside of the environment file, these environment variables are system variables, which means they're accessible to essentially all objects on the system. Alright, so now we're going to, as I said, we're going to define not only the location of Java, but also we're going to append the path to the path variable. So we're going to edit that file, so we're going to do sudo nano, and then it's going to be etc, and then the file is called environment. So now we'll press enter and then press the up arrow key, and first we'll define the home for Java. So this is going to be equal to the path to the installation directory. So that's user lib and then JVM, and then it is JDK 1.7.0_80. And now we'll hit the down arrow key, we'll do a control E to go to the end of the line, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to add the path to the binaries directory. So I'm going to copy this, and then we're just going to paste. So notice what we're doing within here is slightly different, so we don't have those crazy dollar signs and things like that. So within here it's more like a text file as opposed to like a bash script, so that's why we're just kind of putting these paths the way that they are. So now we're just going to save and exit, so we're going to do a control X, press Y to save, press enter. We need to read in the changes to that file, so we're going to source the file. So we're going to type source etc environment. And now what we're going to do is we're going to test access to that script. So we'll try to execute the JPS script right from here. We can see that we can. Once again, to understand why we can actually execute that script now is because the path to the script is within path. So we can look inside the path environment variable. What you're going to find is the path to those scripts. And then once again, if we want to see if we can now access or know where our Java installation is located, we can just echo that environment variable as well. So we can echo Java _home, and we can see we know where it's located.